start off today's speech with a quote by Richard Rogers: "The only way forward, if we are going to improve the quality of the environment, is to get everybody involved." Now, you probably think that you can't make much of an impact, that you need like millions of people to actually make a worthy impact on the environment, but anybody can make a positive or negative impact on the environment, and hopefully you make more positive ones than negative ones. And now you know the Earth is it's decaying, and it's not the same as it was before. And we have this beautiful big giant planet full of oceans, deserts, and like purest forest you'll ever smell. And we went and ruined it all through many processes like tearing up the ground and trees and all that. And like it's just, maybe it was inevitable for us because it's the nature of our race. We're always going to try to improve and better ourselves, and maybe we didn't really think about that back then in the past. We just kind of thought about us and not about the environment, and that was kind of maybe not the best choice. We can't really go back now because we're at an irreversible point. The climate is, yeah, you can't go back to where it was when we first got it. And I have a quote. It's kind of excerpt about what life will be like in 2050. "In many places around the world, the air is hot, heavy, and depending on the day, clogged with particulate pollution. Your eyes often water and your cough never seems to disappear. You can no longer simply walk out the front door and breathe fresh air. Instead, before opening your doors or windows, you check your phone to see what the air quality will be. Everything may look fine and sunny, sunny and clear, but you know better. When storms and heat waves overlap and cluster, the air pollution and intensified surface ozone levels can make it dangerous to go outside without a specially designed face mask." That is by the New York Times. Now, and with that, more health concerns will arise because of the air pollution. More kind of diseases and problems with our health is gonna happen, and we can't really do anything about that because it's the air we breathe. There's no really change you can make for that unless we kind of find a way, but I don't think we will. And then, now you probably think that you're only one person and you can't really make a difference, and whether or not you live in a big city or a small town, that is not the case, because you are the problem, but you are also the solution to the problem. And ways you can make a solution to the problem would be to choose to walk or bike or take public transport. Choosing to walk or bike, even for only a few trips, can reduce the carbon footprint of an average household by up to 1,000 pounds of emissions annually. It's by Karen Hannesley. Whether you choose to walk or bike, then it's going to help your health. You'll become a healthier person, which is a benefit from that. And then if you take public transportation, you're obviously not taking your own car. You're putting less pollution into the atmosphere, which is a good thing. And then another way you could help would be to kind of switch to an electric vehicle or solar panels, or like another greener source of energy. And I know that's not the most like probable one that most people like can't really do, but it is an option, and it is an effective option. Next one would be to switch your light bulbs to LEDs. The light bulbs we use now are pretty much fluorescent ones, and those are toxic to the environment, where LEDs can conserve the amount of energy you use. They're not using as much as a fluorescent one, and they're not toxic. Roughly one LED bulb will minimize the greenhouse gas emissions by almost half a ton. That is by multibriefs.com. And this only takes like maybe $1 or $2 more to buy the LED lights instead of fluorescent, so it's not that big of a change. Most people can make it happen. And then the next thing I'm going to talk about is the ways that we can recycle. So we gotta reduce, repair, and then recycle. And that's kind of a common thing that's been around for a while, and yet somehow we still don't do it. It's like stressed about and all over the world, and people still don't do it. But it can lower the amounts of waste we have and the garbage in landfills. And then the next way you could help would be to watch the amount of water you're using. We use a ton of liters of water every month for purposes that we don't even realize that we're wasting. But you can start off by taking shorter, cooler showers. So you can do what you gotta do and then get out of the shower, take short, cool ones. And then there's actually benefits to taking colder showers, like increased circulation in your blood, and then you reduce your sore muscles, and it also gives your skin a natural glow, so you'll look pretty good. And then the next one would be that the gardens. So the next kind of big consumer of water would be the kitchens and gardens. So when you're doing dishes, make sure you're doing full loads of dishes, not just half loads, because you're going to use the same amount of water for whatever you do. So you might as well do a full load instead of a half load, and that way you save water. And then gardens are huge consumers of water. It is estimated that 50% of water is wasted. That is by thegardener.com. And you can kind of improve this by mulching your garden. So you put mulch down, and that slows down the rate of evaporation, so you're going to have to water your garden less. And then you also can buy drought-resistant plants, and you can catch the rainwater when it rains around you. And then that also saves water and kind of reduces the amount of water you're using, which kind of benefits the environment. And then now picture a world where we have achieved the reversal effect on climate change, and everything's starting to get back to normal. We kind of start to phase out of it, not really care about it too much, think about it too much, and kind of animals and people are coexisting together, not really. They're living happy, undisturbed lives. The seasons are going back to normal, and that it's kind of predictable. You can actually know what's going to happen during the seasons, and then you could be a part of this, or part of this, if by the ways of doing your being more eco-friendly, you could be a part of the change. And now the Earth is on the edge of a volcano right now. It is up to me, you, and the rest of the world to help it roll back down into safety by changing your ways to become more environmentally friendly. Questions? That is it.
Let's see this.
If you don't have any questions, it's fine, but
no questions.
cool. Okay, that's it.